Welcome back for today's college basketball pick video play. Heading into this one, talking about this SEC matchup here between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Kentucky Wildcats. And if you're interested in getting all of our college basketball picks for today's action, you can check those out over at our main website, stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description. So heading into this one, Alabama coming in to the tough, true road setting, getting 8.5 points. And we actually really like what we've seen from Alabama over the past handful of weeks. They've clearly been trending in a positive direction, and it more or less feels like it started when Alabama nearly upset Penn State on the road. After that, they convincingly defeated Samford on the road. They blew out Belmont. They took down a very good Richmond squad by double digits. They went into overtime on the road against a Florida team that's been playing a little bit better. So we actually sided with Alabama in their last outing, and they crushed the spread in that one, taking down Mississippi State at home by a final of 90-69. And we've seen a big step forward from Alabama offensively. So they put up 90 points in their last outing against the Bulldogs. They put up 98 points against Florida, but that one did go into extra time. But nonetheless, in their 3 games prior to that, putting up 90, 92, and 105 points respectively. So clearly a team that's been figuring things out on the offensive side of the ball. Now they're coming into another tough, true road test. We'll see what the Crimson Tide have to bring to the table here. Alabama, they're at 8-6 overall, and if they're going to try to make a run at making the NCAA tournament, then they're going to need some more resume-building wins along the way. They were able to pick up some here and there during the non-conference, but they were a little less consistent than you'd like to see. But this is an Alabama team that definitely feels like they're trending in a positive direction. Then you have the Kentucky Wildcats. They're at 11-3 overall, and this is a team that has talent, but probably one of those Kentucky teams that they need the entire course of the regular season to build themselves up before heading into the NCAA tournament, where they might have a chance to surprise some teams. Now, with Kentucky under head coach John Calipari, sometimes they come in very highly touted, and they're very good right out of the gate, leading all the way into the NCAA tournament. But sometimes these teams, it just takes a little bit of time for them to gel and get everything heading in that positive direction. Now, clearly Kentucky has had some positive results along the way, but also a little less consistent than you'd like to see. But clearly some higher tier resume building wins against teams like Michigan State, as well as Louisville in their last outing, taking down Georgia on the road by a final of 78-69, and in their SEC opener, taking down Missouri by a final of 71-59. But from what we've seen from Kentucky, they oftentimes play in some of these competitive games against reasonably competent opponents, and we feel like Alabama, with how they've been trending, and this is an Alabama team that's been really good against the spread this year, 11-3 in their 14 games up to this point. We feel like with how the Crimson Tide have been surging on the offensive side of the ball, particularly, that Alabama is going to have what it takes offensively to stay competitive in this one at Kentucky, and getting those 8.5 points for a team that's trending in this direction. We feel like that's going to be the better value bet. So that's where we're siding here, going with the road team, siding with Alabama, getting those 8.5 points as the better value bet. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. And you can check out all of our college basketball picks for today's action over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked right at the top of the video description.